Hello everyone, MJT360 back at you again with another video. So today we're going to be going over this Makita 3612C 3¼ horsepower 15 amp plunge router. Now, side note, this router I got for free off of my school, so thank you very much to my school for giving me this when I used to be in school, in high school. We had a wood shop and I used to see this in the shop cabinet and I was like, hey, what are you guys doing with this Makita router? They're like, oh, we don't use it. It's too dangerous. The kids don't like it. It's too heavy. Because this router is like 13 pounds. So you can see why young kids wouldn't want to use it. Why they wouldn't want young kids using it. I was like, can I have it? And they're like, yeah. He's like, yeah, sure, you can have it. I trust you with it. You can use it. So that's how I ended up getting it. Pretty cool story. This is staying with me probably for the rest of my life now because I got it at school, so it's got sentimental value. Side note, that belt sander, that Makita belt sander I have on my first ever YouTube video, or no, my second ever YouTube video, I also got that from the same school, and I still have it. So anyway, today we're going to be going over the specs of this beast of a router, this 3¼ horsepower router, and also, most people do not need a 3¼ horsepower plunge router. Like the normal average DIY woodworker doesn't need a 3¼ horsepower plunge router. You'll get perfectly fine with like a 2.5 or 2¼ horse router, maybe a 1.5 horsepower router. I have a 1.5 horse Ryobi down here, and that one has plenty of power for what I try to do. For roundovers, chamfers, stuff like that, you don't need one of these. This is meant for like heavy mortising with like 1/2 inch diameter bits or raised panels, molding bits for making crown molding, stuff like that, like really big bits. So yeah. Now I have on this iPad here, I have pulled up on here, I have the specs from ChatGPT, and I will read them off to you if this thing ever loads. So, this is a 15 amp North American router. It is a 1,650 watt. 1,650 watt plunge router. That is variable speed from 9,000 to 23,000 RPM. It has soft start, which I will demonstrate that in a little bit. It's got electronic constant speed controller, ECSC. Electronic speed, constant speed control. It's got an electric brake on it, which is handy. The plunge depth is 2 3/8 or 60 millimeters. The collet capacity is 1/2 inch, but you can use reducing collets for 3/8 or 1/4 inch. Right now I have a 1/4 inch 3/8 roundover bit, 1/4 inch shank 3/8 roundover bit on this router right now. And the base diameter is 6¼ inches. We'll get back to that because I have a different base set up on this router right now that I'll tell you about later. The height is approximately 11 and 11/16 of an inch, or 297 millimeters. And the weight is 13.2 pounds or 60 kilograms. Or no, 6.0 kilograms. It is double insulated. Now, this is where I don't agree. It says rack and pinion depth adjustment. That's not true. The depth adjustment is this knob right here that you turn. It's got a 3-position turret depth stop right here. You might have seen in the corner. Right here's the 3-position turret depth stop. It's got a lock-on switch, which is just, there's no safety switch on this, so once you turn it on, it's on. It's got large plunge handles. And it's excellent for router tables and large raised panel bits thanks to the variable speed and high power. Now, when they say that, I don't think they understand, because the hole in here inside this base is about that big in diameter, which I don't know how big that is roughly, but also we'll get back to this in a second right here next to me. Basically this little router, or this router, is a beast. It will hog off a crud load of material at a time, and it is just a very, very nice tool to own. Now, another reason why this is a good router and not just a hunk of junk or a 13-pound paperweight is because this base plate in the bottom, see this opening? This opening, there's two lips right there and there, with screws. What is that for, you may ask? That is for one of these. If you don't know what this is a template bit. This is a template guide kit. And how it works is you take your bit, you take your plate, you put the guide in there. Oh no, wrong way, I meant this way. And then you take your guide bushing and you hook that and you screw that on there. And then that would normally fit right in there like that. Now this is the wrong base plate because I have a dust collecting base plate on here, but yeah, so shoot, crap, it's stuck. There we go. So yeah, so this is a Freud model FT2020 template guide kit. And it is a universal guide kit for routers. Now, you might be asking yourself, MJT360, what on earth is this base plate you have on this router? I've never seen a base plate that looks like that before. Well, it's because this is not your average base plate. This, my friend, is a, ready? Take this, put that on there, bam. You can hook a shop vac up to that. This is a dust collecting base plate for roundovers, dados, chamfers, everything. Whatever will fit in this hole, you can put on this. You can run with this attachment on it. And what is it, you might ask? What brand is it? This is the Oneida Universal Router Dust Hood. I'm not going to flip it over because my information is on the back side. But yeah, so it's the Universal Router Dust Hood. Or Universal Dust Free Router Hood. So yeah. And it just bolts on to the normal where the normal base would go. Right? There's 4 holes. There's 4 holes. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. It just screws on, and then bam. Then you can hook up your shop vac to that, and then also it comes with two different attachments to collect dust underneath the router when you're routing. It comes with a small fitting, a narrow one, you can see, narrow, or comes with a deep one, just like that. I use the narrow one most of the time. And then when you when you plunge the router, the bit is trapped in the bit is trapped in the dust collection hood, and then you can collect dust. So yeah, pretty neat, I gotta say, pretty neat. But the disappointing thing is that, well, I bought mine off of eBay. I bought mine off of eBay because, Oneida somehow, for some reason, they stopped selling this kit anymore. I don't know why. Oneida, keep selling this kit, please. It's amazing. So, yeah, that's an overview of the Makita 3612C from 1996. So, as always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Do whatever you have to do to get this video out to people. By the way, this is my favorite router that I own to date. And I've got 8 of them. So, that's a big saying of how good this thing is. That's a big testimony to how good this thing is. And these are not cheap when you buy them. If you can find them on eBay, they are like $300 or more. So yeah, please like, comment, share, subscribe, smash that like button, and do whatever you have to do to get this video out to people. Yeah, there you go. Bye.